Hi there, I wanted to do a short video on some of these rare George Lucas action figures that I have that are both Star Wars. Now, I'm not a real big Star Wars fanatic or anything. Those of you that know me personally know that I used to work for George Lucas and Lucasfilm at Industrial Light and Magic. So these are sort of leftover from my time there. But most of the stuff that I have that is Lucasfilm or Star Wars related is really crew gear, like behind the scenes crew gear, like crew jackets and visual effects, crew hats and stuff like that. But both these action figures are, although they're rare, they were available to the general public. So let me go ahead and show them to you. I will start with the one on the left. This one was actually available, I would say, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and it's George Lucas in Stormtrooper disguise, and it's from the Saga collection, Star Wars. And if you collected enough proofs of purchases from other action figures, you could actually send in to Lucasfilm to get this action figure. So it's, of course, all, as you can see, sealed in the box, and I'm not going to take it out of the box. And I'm not going to read what it says on the back, but basically it just says, yeah, essentially this is a commemorative George Lucas action figure in a Stormtrooper disguise. And then it shows the other characters that were part of the series down there on the bottom. So, I think this is pretty rare, although not as rare as the other action figure that I'm about to show you. So yeah, again, it's George Lucas in a Stormtrooper disguise action figure. And I would say that I got this about 5 or 6 years ago, from the date of this video. The next item I got in about 2002 when I was working at Lucasfilm, and what this is, if you notice the name on the bottom, it says Commander George Sakul. Now, if you look very carefully or study that very carefully, if you spell those names backwards, it spells George Lucas. And so what this is, it's George Lucas, and he's in a rebel commander, uniform or disguise. And it might be hard to see in the video, but let me see if I can focus in a little bit on this. It's George Lucas. You can see George Lucas's sort of semi-gray beard, in the action figure. So this one's a little bit more accurate because the other one had George Lucas kind of from the Star Wars. Let me show you from the Star Wars days where he was younger, and his beard was not, his hair and his beard was not gray. But anyway, in this one, this is more realistic to the time. Again, this came out in 2002. I don't know if this was available to the general public, and I'm kind of embarrassed that I don't know more about this. Maybe, people who know can leave a comment if they know, if this was available to the general public and, what the story behind it is. But again, it says Commander George Sakul, which is, George Lucas backwards, rebel pilot. Then it says on the left, it says Silver Anniversary 1977 to 2002. So obviously this is a commemorative action figure that was released for the Silver Anniversary of Star Wars. And this is right during the time where we were working on, the prequels and stuff. So kind of an interesting action figure. As you can see, it's got a couple different pieces here. It's got a stand, and it's got I'm not going to open it. Obviously, it's totally sealed, but it's got a gun and stuff like that. And let me read the back too, because the back is sort of interesting. See if you can probably see that, but it might be hard to read in the video. Let me read what it says. It says at the top, Star Wars Celebration 2, May. Oh, okay, so this was actually probably a special edition for the Star Wars Celebration in 2002. But anyway, at the top, the very top right, it says May 3rd through 5th, 2002, Indianapolis Convention Center, Indianapolis, Indiana. So I assume that this was available there. Don't know how rare this is, though. Anyway, Star Wars Celebration 2 is where it's from, I suppose. So the text says, Commander George Sakul. Among X-Wing pilots, Commander George Sakul is renowned for his inner strength, his ability to remain calm under fire, and his mentoring of younger squadron members. Once a reckless dreamer, his life changed course after a near-fatal crash in his T-16 Skyhopper on his homeworld of Tatooine. He went off to the academy and emerged as the top pilot in his class and a natural leader. A visionary storyteller, he entertains the pilots in his command with far-flung tales of distant galaxies thousands of years before the Republic. Rumored to be Force-sensitive, many say Sekul would have become a great Jedi if only he had been born in a different time. So I think that's pretty cool, the stuff that it says, and obviously it sort of mirrors, George Lucas's own life and his own sort of bio. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to show you these toys. These are sort of rare Star Wars George Lucas action figures. And yeah, if anyone has any further information that I left out, or if I said something that's completely incorrect or wrong, please feel free to leave comments and stuff like that, and also ask questions. Also, please feel free to subscribe.